morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Magic Kingdom, where we have been before and fairly recently. Today, though, is gonna be a much more laid back and relaxed day. We have no set itinerary. We're actually trying to get to a few of the things that we've either never done or rarely ever do. Rarely ever prioritize. These are comparatively less popular attractions in the Magic Kingdom that people tend to just put at the bottom of their priority list. Since we're here a little bit more often, we figure, why not try to prioritize some of those things today? Today, guys, we are doing all the things you never do at the Magic Kingdom when we are taking you along for the ride. I'm Tim, that's Katie. We do things like this sometimes. We're gonna start out our day with probably the least popular attraction in all of Walt Disney World, but I actually love it, and you'd love it too if you watched the Imagineering story. We're headed to It's a Small World, everybody.
People sidestep It's a Small World for a number of reasons, chief among them being it's long, it's boring, and the dolls are creepy. Our counters would be it's immersive, it's air-conditioned, and the song is catchy. Plus, the history of this ride makes it worth doing at least once, as every articulating doll was hand-carved and hand-painted by cultural representatives from each of the represented countries and continents. Although, yeah, they're a little creepy.
The next attraction on our list is basically next door, as one that Katie has done before, but I have never done. Mickey's PhilharMagic is a 3D show, not unlike things like Transformers and Spider-Man at Universal, but without all the movement. It's not a motion simulator, it's just something that you sit and watch and enjoy. It's a nice break from the heat if it's a hot day, as it is today, and maybe it'll be good. I don't know, Katie says it's good. I've never been.
Be our guest. Be our guest, put our service to the test. Tie your napkin round your neck, Sherry, and we provide those.
Everybody look left, everybody look right. Everywhere you look, I'm not yet.
That was really cute. It's basically Donald Duck being magically thrust through a series of greatest hits from all of the Disney movies that we know and love.
Well, several.
Well, the important
From
ones.
the Renaissance movies.
The Renaissance movies.
Which is cool for our generation.
I think it's worth 10 minutes of your time. And I mean, again, it's an unpopular attraction because there's so much else going on here, but if it was a standalone attraction at Disney Springs, it would be busy all the time. So we are working our way just around the river bend to Adventureland now, where we have a lunch reservation at yet another place that is often overlooked here. But before that, we might try to squeeze in one of the most unpopular rides in the entire park, because it's lazy. Aladdin's Magic Carpets is literally just a clone of Dumbo, which is just across the park. But it does help with capacity on Dumbo. If you can't get on Dumbo, you can always get on Aladdin's Magic Carpets, usually about a 5 to 10 minute wait. And since we have 5 minutes to kill, we figured, hey, why not? It fits the bill. Front of the carpet controls the up and the down, and back of the carpet controls the tilting. I can see my house from here! No, I can't. We're like 400 miles from it. Whee! No hand! I would say that's a decent ride for a 5-minute wait. I would never wait more than about 15 minutes for it, but it was fun. It was fun enough.
If you have a kid, it's definitely fun.
Yeah, especially if they can't get on Dumbo for some reason, this is like the runner-up. So for lunch today, we're gonna try the Skipper Canteen here in Adventureland. Those who have been here have always said good things about it, but a lot of people just haven't been here, including us. We've never been. When you've got this in the same park as things like Be Our Guest, just around the corner from the Wave and Chef Mickey's, this kind of falls lower and lower on the priority list. So we have made it a priority today to eat here as part of our lower priority up to higher priority agenda. I'm excited. I want to see how the food is.
And the theming is all like Jungle Cruise, so it's supposed to be really cute inside, and all the servers are skippers, so I think there's still more puns to be had.
Yay! So as Katie mentioned, everything inside the Skipper Canteen is themed to the Jungle Cruise, which is right across the way. So the skippers are your servers. They come up, they do puns, they do jokes, and then they get serious and tell you about the specials, which all, to be honest, sounded incredible, which is pretty much on brand with the Skipper Canteen as far as I've heard about it from other people. But again, first time here, so this will be a whole new adventure for us. The appetizer we chose here was the pork sauté, which was an off-menu item today, but one I think they mentioned adding to the main menu fairly soon. It looks delicious. It smells delicious. It smells like just good old-fashioned steak, even though it's pork.
Well, I think it's the sauce that's on top is kind of just a good marinade, kind of like an Asian-y smelling marinade.
Going in. Oh, hot. Hot. Definitely burned my tongue. Worth it though. So our friends Chad and Vanessa from 2 Tickets to Adventure came here not that long ago, and they recommended the It Tastes Like Chicken Because It Is. So I went ahead and got that. And what did Katie get?
Hearty hard char sweet pork. It's like it's pork belly. So I think it's like a South Asian or something. I mean, it's like a pork belly. It's like Korean. So.
Yeah, all the entrees here are themed to the different areas of the Jungle Cruise ride, so.
And this is like just sauteed bok choy, which is delicious, and then like a bed of jasmine rice, so. I don't know what kind of sauce is on here, but it looks good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a reliably tasty meal regardless. I honestly don't know how to go about eating this, because it's kind of like
a big hunk.
It's a mound. Oh yeah. The sauce is like, it's like a sweet honey sauce.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's not exactly what it's like almost all the way to orange chicken sauce, but it kind of like veered off and went in a honey direction instead at the last second.
So pork belly does typically have some fat on it, but it's either easy,
we were warned about that.
To avoid, and it's also just really flavorful, so. Oh.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was gonna be bad.
That just like melted in my mouth, basically.
Katie also got herself a Schweitzer Slush, which is another of our 2 tickets recommendations.
It's non-alcoholic, but it's really hot today, so I figured a nice frozen drink would be.
It looks delicious, honestly. It looks like a frozen lemonade.
I think it's
but it's not.
It's apple juice and passion fruit, I think.
Oh man, that does sound good.
And then these are green apple bobas, which I love boba. They're like juice explosions in your mouth.
Ooh. Is it everything you dreamed? Oh, going in for seconds, so it can't be bad.
A little more apple-y than passion, at least on the bottom, but it's really good. It's really refreshing.
Alright, our next stop on the underrated attractions tour is one that if I've ever done before, I would have had to have been extremely little, like 3 or 4 at most, because I don't remember it at all. Swiss Family Robinson's Treehouse is a Magic Kingdom exclusive. The one in Disneyland is Tarzan's Treehouse, and it's much, much smaller. We have never done it together. I know that Katie has done it a little bit more recently than I have, but she was also very, very young. We have not done it together, and certainly not as adults. A lot of work went into this. What's interesting about the Swiss Family Robinson is that I always thought of it as being like very fictional, as in like if a family crashed on an island and they had to survive somewhere or another, they probably wouldn't be able to develop something as sophisticated as this, certainly not in the short span of time. I think of it as being like just as believable as like the Flintstones with the bird alarm clock and all that. But Disney's proven that this can work. This is an actual functioning water wheel here that actually brings rainwater, or creek water I guess, up from the bottom of the tree to the top of the tree, where it can be purified so you can drink it. This is the most sophisticated treehouse I've ever seen in my entire life. And we used to watch Treehouse Masters every day. Every day. Wow. This place is great. How come we never do this? Pete Davidson would love this place. Of everything we've done so far today, I think that might actually be my favorite thing. So another thing that we've never done, and have always meant to do, but just never got around to it, is venture onto Tom Sawyer Island, which is in the center of the rivers of America, which is really just the creek of America. Basically, you load yourself onto a small wooden raft, which has a hidden motor underneath, and it takes you over to Tom Sawyer Island. I got the sense that it's just kind of a space you can run around and explore, kind of like the Swiss Family Treehouse, but a bit more open world. So we're headed that way now, we think. Getting a little bit turned around.
Oh, they pick up over there.
Okay.
So
all right, we're on our way. Oh! I had no idea that all of this was on Tom Sawyer Island. This is a lot to pack into a very small footprint. Whoop! Whoop! Okay, all right. This is slipshod construction, Tom. Okay. Whoop! Okay. I don't think these ponies are real. And what's more, I don't think their handler is real either. What the heck is going on around here? I got the buoy in my sights. Woo! I didn't think it would do anything. Sorry. The Tomorrowland Speedway is a criminally underrated attraction. It's never got a long line, and it's honestly one of the most expansive go-kart tracks of any theme park we've ever been to, including Disneyland. I like Autopia a lot better, but the Tomorrowland Speedway is definitely bigger. Plus, you get the best possible view of the Tron progress, which is moving right along. Look at that. I will say though, these cars could definitely use a tune-up. None of them run quite as well as they used to. Beep, 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 beep. Now this next one is a lot like Skipper Canteen, in that it's not unpopular, it's just incredibly popular with a select few, not with all park goers. And as a result, it typically has a very low wait time. But for those of us who haven't been back particularly recently, the PeopleMover is worth any wait. Yay! PeopleMover!
Welcome aboard the Tomorrowland Transit Authority PeopleMover. You're quiet and carefree, highway in the sky. We want you to sit back. And now, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority proudly presents Progress City, Walt Disney's dream for an experimental prototype community of tomorrow. Progress City was the inspiration for Epcot, and many of its forward-thinking ideas have been realized throughout Walt Disney World.
Oh, there they go. Love the PeopleMover. The last attraction that's historically unpopular is Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin. And the reason that people don't care for it is because it's just a simple point and shoot. And we've already got Toy Story Mania at Hollywood Studios, which a lot of people feel is the better version of the spin and shoot ride. I like Space Ranger Spin. I really do. It's simple, just like the PeopleMover, but it's a great way to get out of the pouring rain or the blistering heat, and it's a lot of fun. If you've got more than one person in your group, you can also compete in your car as well, as we are prone to do, and I am very prone to lose because I am not very good at shoot games.
I'm not either.
But you're better than me. But look at this dope Buzz animatronic! We are ending our day with one of Katie's favorite little treats, Kakamora float. Assuming she can get the straw together. Oh!
Saved my life.
Oh, almost lost the straw. And now we're losing some Kakamora. This is coconut Dole Whip.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice on the bottom.
And I think it's dyed blue.
And a little Kakamora cake pop from Moana. We are both in agreement that this is the superior version of Dole Whip. So if you haven't tried a Kakamora float, you can pick them up over by the Tiki Room. So we didn't get to absolutely everything today. Some stuff like the Monsters Inc. laugh floor was closed. Other stuff like the Liberty Bell and the Country Bear Jamboree, we just didn't prioritize because we knew we were only gonna have so much time today. At the end of the day though, I think the moral of the story is clear. Any day at the Magic Kingdom is gonna be a good day. Even if you spend all day doing what we did and focusing on the lower priority stuff, the underrated stuff, the unpopular attractions, you're still gonna have a fun time. Disney's built an amazing park here, and every little detail that the Imagineers put together, large or small, adds a little bit of extra magic to everything going on. We're gonna go ahead and cut it here because we do have a dinner reservation coming up, but if you like this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up. It really helps us out. Maybe even consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this, because we do stuff like this all the time. I'm Tim, that's Katie, and for now, just remember that whether you're in Adventureland or not, every day is a new adventure. Good night!